Now, Joseph Haynes Davis is an American lawyer. He joins us now live from Florida. Joseph, thanks for joining us here on TRT World. What is your navigation through the verdict?
Well, I can tell you as a defense attorney myself, when you have the type of evidence that came in this trial, that's hard to overcome. That evidence being the documentary evidence that your colleague just mentioned, the pictures of the underage girls that were found, along with the direct witness testimony and testimony of the victims themselves. That direct testimony compiled with all of the other evidence, as we say sometimes in the legal profession, it's a mountain of evidence, and it was a mountain of evidence to overcome. And let me also add that because Jeffrey Epstein himself he committed suicide and he was not brought to justice, this was to some degree also a trial in absentia, if you will, of Jeffrey Epstein himself, because this woman, Ms. Maxwell, according to, again, the evidence and so forth, aided and helped him procure these underage girls for this criminal activity that she has been convicted of. So it's a vindication for some that way.
Right. Now, Joseph, I know the world of law does not work with probability, but how likely is it for Maxwell to get life imprisonment?
Well, that's always tough to say. Obviously, the judge will be guided by the federal sentencing guidelines and so forth. Apparently, Ms. Maxwell had no prior criminal activity. But I think because of the temperature and some of the pressure in the society on this type of conviction, that being conviction of crimes against underage people, children, etc., that is pretty tough. And I believe that there's probably going to be a strong message sent by the judge during sentencing and so forth. I mean, there will probably be some discretion in terms of the sentencing guidelines and so forth for this judge. But the fact of the matter is, this was a big case. This was a big matter. And the fact that the great TRT is even covering this shows that how the world looked at this case and wanted to see what the outcome would be. And that goes to the same, I should say, for the sentencing phase of this case.
All right, Joseph Haynes Davis, thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World. We really appreciate your analysis.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for always having me.